All right, YouTube. MGoal40 here. Now, this is a deck profile that I've kept isolated away from OCG Thursday. Yes, I know tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and yes, there will be an OCG Thursday. It'll be queued for early in the morning, so don't worry. I got you guys. We got some a little bit more roguish deck profile choices over there for you guys to take a look at. But I actually wanted to do a more in-depth discussion on this initial list, so we'll get into that in just a second. So, what's up, guys? MGoal40 here. It is light blue season today, it would appear, and we have, you guys know that the OCG is like knees deep in like literally their own shit literally every day. Another Yu-Gi-Oh player wants to quit the game because Tier 0 Spyrals running around now. The TCG had to deal with Tier 0 Spiral, and the amount of complaints that we heard, you know, it wasn't as bad as Zoo format, because Zoo format you at least got to engage and play the game, which is all fine and dandy, but in Spiral format, you don't get that same luxury, and it really fucking sucks. Literally, being completely blown out of said game and not being allowed to fundamentally prepare yourself and engage in it is literally what the OCG is going on and dealing with over there. Now, every once in a while, there will be a deck list that will show up out of left field, and it'll kind of shock people a little bit, and kind of be like, oh, well, how did that happen? And we've seen from Singapore a few times over that there have been more successful rogue decks, and a lot of people might not consider 30 people a tournament-worthy deck of talking about. But the thing is, there's a lot of room for innovation over in the OCG, and especially, let alone in Singapore, having a deck like this that can open up literally the infinite amounts of hand traps that you are playing, as you see here, literally so many of them, 3, 6, 9, 11 of these things, just to ensure that you can fundamentally control and adapt and play the game. And if your target is playing against Spiral, this is going to probably be one of your go-to builds, because, you know, Kind of Phrase always just kind of been one of those decks that you're like, you know what, I'm going to play this if I want to beat the strategy. And it really shows that this was very rewarding for the things that this build was set out to do, and beating Spiral was its game plan. So anyway, this is the Counter Fairy deck list from that event. Keep in mind that, yes, this is a 30-man event, but it definitely goes to show that this deck has potential, especially in a Tier 0 format, because the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place decks were all Spirals. So this deck outperformed and beat those matchups. So anyway, 2 of the Angel Paladin Arc Parshath, 1 Moraltech, 1 Artifact Scythe, 1 Ebb, triple Ghost Ogre, triple Herald of the Green Light, triple of the Orange Light, triple Inspect Border, of course, 2 Max C, triple Star Seraph Scepter, triple Sovereignty, of course. Only 3 spells here, which are 1 Desires and 2 Duality. And then triple Sanctum, 2 Back to the Front, triple Reincarnating Parshath, along with 1 Solemn Judgment, 2 Solemn Strike, 1 Warning, and 1 Unending Nightmare. Very interesting call with the main deck Unending Nightmare. The extra deck down here, 1 Avenging Knight Parshath, 1 Michael, 1 Omega, 1 Scarlet, 1 Pleiades, 1 Ouroboros, 1 Gaia Dragon, Utopia, Utopia the Lightning, Deltaros, of course, Akashic Magician, Decode Talker, Linkaribo, Security Dragon, and a Double Helix Man. And then in the side deck we have triple Winter Cherries, 2 Dark Holes, 1 Feather Duster, triple MST, triple Evenly Matched, and triple Torrential Tribute. Now, don't be fooled by looking at this deck and going, oh man, it looks bad. No. The first thing I want to talk about here is Inspect Border. We had this card come up in discussion a lot, but I don't think people really understand like how good this thing is. So it cannot be normal summoned or special summoned while you control monsters. So basically you're going to bring this out while you have nothing. And then each turn, each player can only activate monster effects up to the number of card types, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, and Link monsters on the field. So if your opponent only has 1 of those, you're only getting 1 of those effects. So basically, this is going to put some sort of limiting hindrance on the opponent, aka stopping this. And also, inclusion of Herald of Green Light, which will just be when your opponent activates a spell card, discard this and another fairy, and then Herald of the Orange Light for the monster, and the activate, or send, for the monster effect, just send another fairy monster. It's literally the same thing as this. Gosh, getting the wires crossed. Outside of that, honestly, it's literally just, if you resolve Scepter into Sovereignty on your best case scenario and you're getting into Ouroboros turn 1, literally, like, who doesn't like drawing 3 cards for 0 to no reason? And also, I feel like this deck is literally just turn 1 turbo the deck. And if your opponent somehow tries to do things, literally you have hand traps to ensure that you're not going to let them do it. I feel like these are like your more excessive hand traps you try to hold. And this thing, Angel Paladin Arc Parshath. If you activate a counter trap card, or if you negate the activation of a spell, trap card, or monster effect while this card is in your graveyard or hand, except during the damage step, banish 2 other fairy monsters from your hand, field, and or graveyard. So summon this card. This card inflicts battle damage to your opponent. You get to add a random Parshath or 1 counter trap card to your hand. This card is actually pretty nuts because of the recursion. And then this stupid thing, the Reincarnating Parshath, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, you just get to reveal a counter trap card from your hand, discard a card, pay 1,000, negate that, and then you get spell summon a Parshath from your deck or extra deck. Keep in mind the fact that this card says extra deck. So Mr. Avenging Knight down here, this thing's literally just once per turn. Target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, change battle position, and then if this card attacks defense of a monster, you get to do trample to your opponent. It's not super spicy, to be completely honest with you, but the fact that I also have an extra deck target that I can beam out in case I'm out of Arc Parshaths from the main deck, definitely, once again, viability. Just having that extra option for trample can definitely get you into a game-winning scenario. Definitely something to consider, though. Once again, your game plan, rolling into this game, stun, don't let your opponent play the game, artifact engine main decked, evenly matched, just coming in case you're forced to go second. And this is literally like every anti-meta player's dream, all literally rolled up into one nice big fettering package called Arc Parshath, aka the big dragon wind con. It doesn't look like a dragon. He's riding on somebody's face. Really weird. Alright, let's see what kind of weird ass hands this deck actually generates, because with One Desires I understand where we're going with this, but we'll see. Shuffle this up 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. Alright. Double Herald of Green Light so we can negate 1 spell, and we opened up Sovereignty. Man, that does not look good. I wonder, like, how this guy's bricks felt. Oh, we opened up Stick Chair. Alright, we're automatically in a good position. Like, if you're going first here, you open up Stick Chair, you're going to massively just draw. And then we have the Herald of Orange Light, Sanctum, and Solemn Judgment. Alright, that's a pretty good blowout hand. Arc Parshath once again with Reincarnating and Strike. That's not bad in the Sanctum. This is kind of, this go first scenario is coming back up. Also, I like the fact that if this is your lone monster and your opponent kills this, you can just back to the front of it as long as you don't have anything else. It's definitely good. Of course, Solemn Ogre for protection. It's not too terrible. Man, now a counter trap card in sight here. Man, I'm seeing a lot of bricks here. Oh, well, Stick Chair, we did it. Draw 3 with Sanctum. Oh, well, I mean, we're going to draw the Scythe. That, I don't know, because you'll draw 1, we'll just draw you into the insect border, and then we're going to shuffle, resolve, do some more shenanigans. That's a lot of negates. That's not incredibly terrible, I suppose. We drew Max C Chair. If we get somewhere further in, might be able to get there. I don't know. I really like the concept that this deck is built on, and the amount of, just because you're in a severe tier 0 format doesn't mean that your deck cannot rise to the occasion if you've got some sort of build or some sort of strategy going into said event that you really, it leaves room for innovation and things like that. And you have a draw engine built into your deck here that if you're literally going first, like, this is literally the definition of, I go first, we win the game, and we just start shitting out massive boss monsters, like main deck ones, and sometimes the extra deck ones. So it kind of just depends on where you're going with what you want to do, and weird things that you want to test. So guys, You know, like I said, 30 people is not a lot of people, but, you know, when the whole format's nothing but Spyrals, you know, you got to allocate your wins where you can. So, what do you guys think about this deck? I know a lot of you Coniferi players are out there, you're very excited for this deck. You swear by these decks. You know, I love Coniferis, I love Battle of Florida Mess as a card. It's one of the coolest things out there. It's a shame that this build's not playing it. But yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. And guys, Deucerinos. Have a good rest of your day, guys. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. I will be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.